Hi, I'm Dr. Boyce Watkins from Your Black World, and I just got off the road, and so I think today I wanted to say something about this situation with Donald Sterling, the NAACP, and all that good stuff. As you know, I've written a couple of articles about it, or you may not know that. I don't know. I'm also going to talk about it on CNN today, but I want to talk about a couple of things that I picked up on in this case that maybe people can. Appreciate some of the thoughts. I'm not sure. Not to pretend like I know everything, but I'll tell you what I do know. First of all, the comments by Donald Sterling are not surprising. We know that a lot of older people carry these kinds of sentiments, and one of the things I try to communicate to black people who are in the workforce is understand this. A lot of these white folks don't like you. They will look at your resume. Sometimes you're very qualified, and they will find a reason to give the job to somebody else. And that's one of the reasons why I've been really pushing for the idea of black entrepreneurship, black wealth building, black economic independence, because you're never really going to get ahead most of the time when you have a whole community that spends its life begging their oppressors to give them jobs. That's one fact. So when you got the Donald Sterlings of the world making the key decisions, the odds are sometimes stacked against you. It doesn't mean that you can't succeed, but it does mean that the hurdle is that much higher. The second thing I will say is that I think the NAACP's handling of the Sterling situation over the years, not just recently, has been absolutely atrocious. For them to give him a Lifetime Achievement Award when there are activists and people out in the community who are really committing their lives to fighting for civil rights, it's disgusting. I mean, how in the hell do you give a guy a Lifetime Achievement Award when this son of a bitch has been sued relentlessly several times by individuals to whom he has denied the opportunity to have adequate housing, when he said things like that black people stink and all these other horrible things he said in these lawsuits that have been filed, these public records that are out there, really showing that this guy doesn't respect minorities, doesn't like black people, and at the end of the day, he's going to respect us that much less if he knows that he can just buy us off. The NAACP has to understand, look, I don't give a shit how many, excuse my French, it just makes me so mad. I don't care how many scholarships he gave to black kids. Don't you understand this man is worth $2 billion? He makes enough money and interest to fund 1,000 scholarships for you. So don't get off on this stuff where you somehow think that you can take money from the highest bidder all the time, because that's one of the reasons why the NAACP is so ineffective right now. They think they can take money from anybody without understanding that every time somebody gives you a penny, they're buying something. There's a difference between somebody giving something and someone buying something. When they're giving you money, when that malt liquor company gives a donation to the NAACP, what they're saying is, when people protest us, and protest the fact that we're trying to kill black men and black women with alcohol, you need to sit your ass down, because we gave you money, we're paying you, therefore we own you. When people pay for something and they're buying something, they own that thing that they're purchasing. So in many cases, there are so many corporations, so many organizations, so many corrupt individuals who effectively have said, you know what, we own the NAACP. They're like corrupt cops. We pay them enough money, they're not going to investigate when we do what we're going to do. And we can harm poor black people, we can harm, a lot of the other marginalized folks. We can do whatever we want, and we're not going to get any trouble from the NAACP because we gave them money. So the NAACP should really be ashamed. Can Donald Sterling purchase part of his redemption? I think he could, but I think it should be to the tune of $500 million. I'm talking about some money where he's really going to feel it. If he can buy you off with chump change, then that's pathetic. But if he were to make a donation that would say a third of his wealth to scholarships for African American kids, then you might hear me say, okay, maybe we can let him off the hook, sort of. But to turn around and give him a Lifetime Achievement Award, hell no. To somehow act like he didn't do what he did, hell no. If he's going to pay up, he needs to pay restitution. Restitution to all those individuals who've lost their livelihoods as a result of what he's done to them. At that point, then he may have an opportunity to purchase part of his redemption and pay his debt to society. But if you are letting him buy off our key organizations and our key leaders with pennies on the dollar, then you're doing nothing but destroying the black community. The NAACP needs to grow up from this, but I don't think they will. They've been doing this for years, and that's just the way it is. I'm Dr. Boyce Watkins from Your Black World. Please take care. God bless, and have a wonderful day. I'm gone. Peace.